With the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest reigning monarch and one of the most enduring royal personalities the world has known, has died at the age of 96. Now you're about to be taking a look outside of Buckingham Palace right now. The Queen did die at Balmoral Castle, which is her official residence in Scotland. Members of the royal family rushed to Scotland to be at the Queen's side in her final moments. She died peacefully in her sleep. Her son Charles now takes the throne. And our Nina McFarland talked to local community members impacted by her death and joins us live in studio. Nina.
Sheridan, it's a sad day for thousands across the world and leaders right here in Peoria. I spoke to the executive director at the Dream Center. He says the Queen's memory will live forever and her message will continue to impact future leaders of the world.
A 70-year reign filled with hardship, strength, and perseverance. The UK's longest-serving monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, dies at the age of 96.
It's a sad day. It's going to be massive in the UK, the way it will hit. And you've already seen that with the outpouring of condolences from all over the world.
Those who live in Britain and those who don't. People around the world cherish the Queen.
She is a woman that boys and girls across the globe have been able to look up to. For me, for my whole lifetime, being that she's been on the throne for 70 years, she's just been that steadfast figure of leadership for the whole world to look to.
Andy King, the executive director of the Dream Center in Peoria, grew up in England and shares the memories of the great monarch.
I remember growing up, there would be street parties. We would shut down roads and all the neighbours would come out and there would be food and music, and even recently with the Jubilee that just happened this year, the Platinum Jubilee, the whole country pretty much for a whole weekend shut down.
King says her strength will continue to impact thousands even after her death.
I was brought up near Coventry in England, which if you look at the history of Coventry, during World War II it was blitzed, it was bombed. The Queen's leadership through that brought the nation through that dark time, and it was a dark time.
Now the country turns to King Charles III. He will have his formal coronation at a later date. Sheridan.